Detroit Pistons versus Charlotte Hornets. Detroit arrives at 38-13, 16-7 on the road, sitting first in the conference and carrying the look of a team that expects to play deep into spring. Charlotte stands 25-28, 11-13 at home, 10th in the East and clinging to postseason positioning. The Hornets have won 9 straight, surging back into the race, but they're staring at a heavyweight. The projection leans Detroit's way at 62.7%, and that tells you the scale of the challenge. For the Pistons, it's about reinforcing supremacy. For the Hornets, it's about proving the streak is more than momentum. It's legitimacy. Detroit averages 117.5 points per game on 48% shooting, knocking down 13 threes a night at 35% and converting 78% at the line. They dish out 26.8 assists, grab 45.7 rebounds, force 10.6 steals, and protect the rim with 6.3 blocks. They allow just 109.7 points per game, a top-tier defensive number paired with elite offensive balance. Charlotte scores 116.0 per game on 46% shooting, also hitting 13 threes per contest at 35%, and they're sharper at the stripe at 80%. They average 26.6 assists and a slight edge on the glass at 46.1 rebounds. Defensively, they give up 114.0 points per game with 6.7 steals and 4.5 blocks. Active on the perimeter, but less imposing at the rim. Cade Cunningham powers Detroit with 25.1 points, 9.7 assists, and 5.5 rebounds on 45.9% shooting and 80.6% from the line. Jalen Duren adds 17.7 points and 10.5 boards while shooting a dominant 63% from the field. Tobias Harris chips in 13.5 per night at 45.8%. Oscar Thompson provides 1.9 steals. Isaiah Stewart anchors with 1.7 blocks. Charlotte counters with Brandon Miller's 20.3 points per game on 42.6% shooting and 36% from deep. LaMelo Ball orchestrates at 19.1 points and 7.5 assists, hitting 40.3% overall and 36% from 3 while shooting 88% at the line. Miles Bridges brings 18.4 points and 6.1 rebounds, and Moussa Diabate controls the paint with 8.7 boards a night. This is balance versus surge. Detroit's efficiency and rim protection against Charlotte's rhythm and shot-making confidence. Detroit has won 4 of its last 5, including statement road wins over Denver, 124-121, and Golden State, 131-124. Their offense has cleared 118 points in 4 of those games, and even in a loss at Washington, they pushed to 117. The ball is moving, the pace is controlled, and late-game execution has been sharp. Charlotte is perfect in its last 5. Wins over Atlanta, Houston, New Orleans, San Antonio, and Dallas. They've scored at least 109 in every outing and reached 126 in their latest victory. Close games, too. A 5-point win over Houston, a 4-point edge against Dallas. They're learning how to close. Cunningham versus Ball, control versus creativity. Cunningham plays with pace manipulation and surgical reads, nearly averaging a double-double while carrying the scoring load. Ball is freer, more improvisational, stretching defenses with deep range and quick-hit passes. Miller's scoring punch adds a second wave, while Duren's interior dominance gives Detroit a high-efficiency backbone Charlotte must solve. If Duren establishes position early, Detroit's offense becomes devastatingly simple. Paint touches, kickouts, second chances. If Ball speeds the game up and turns steals into transition rhythm, the Hornets can tilt momentum in a hurry. Tactically, Detroit's advantage lies inside. They shoot 48% as a team and finish at the rim with authority. Charlotte must crowd the paint and trust perimeter rotations. On the other end, the Hornets will test Detroit's perimeter containment. Their 26.6 assists per game show a team willing to swing the ball until a shooter is free. Turnovers and defensive rebounding will decide this. Detroit's 6.3 blocks and interior size can erase mistakes, but Charlotte's quick guards can create live ball chances. Bench depth favors Detroit's steadiness, but the Hornets' recent confidence makes late-game possessions unpredictable. The X factor: free throws and interior efficiency. Charlotte shoots 80% at the line. If this game tightens late, that matters. But Detroit's ability to generate high-percentage looks inside could dictate tempo from the opening tip. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Detroit Pistons winner. The Pistons' size, efficiency, and defensive stability ultimately wear down the Hornets' streak. Charlotte will have runs. The crowd will feel it. But over 48 minutes, Detroit's balance and interior control create separation. First-place teams win these games, and Detroit leaves Charlotte reminding the East exactly why they sit on top. My second pick for this match is total over 220.5, Utah Jazz versus Miami Heat. The Utah Jazz arrive in Miami at 16-37, sitting fourth in the Northwest Division and fighting to stabilize a season that's drifted below 500. Across the floor, the Miami Heat stand at 28-26, second in the Southeast Division and holding a narrow edge in the Eastern Conference playoff race. The numbers lean heavily toward the home side, a projected advantage north of 75%, and with Miami already leading the season series 1-0 after a 147-116 offensive eruption, this matchup carries weight. For Utah, it's about pride and progress. For Miami, it's positioning and pressure in a crowded East. Utah scores 118.3 points per game on 47% shooting, stretching the floor with a 36% clip from three and converting 79% at the line. They move the ball well at 30.1 assists per night and average 44 rebounds. But turnovers, 15.3 per game, and a porous defense allowing 126.7 points have defined their struggles. Miami counters with 119.5 points per game on 46.3% shooting, matching Utah's 36% from deep and hitting 79% from the stripe. The Heat rebound slightly better at 46.5 boards per game, defend with more discipline, allowing 117.3 points, and generate 9.1 steals and 4.2 blocks per contest. The offensive heartbeat for Utah is Lauri Markkanen, pouring in 27.1 points on 48% from the field, 36.4% from three, and nearly 89% from the line. He's complemented by Isaiah Collier's 7.2 assists per game and Jusuf Nurkic's 10.3 rebounds and interior presence. Walker Kessler anchors the paint with 1.8 blocks a night and elite efficiency around the rim, shooting over 70% from the floor. Utah's style is spacing and scoring, pace through ball movement, confidence from distance, but defensive containment has been inconsistent. Miami's attack begins with Norman Powell's 23.0 points per game on 47.5% shooting. Bam Adebayo adds 18.1 points and 9.8 rebounds while protecting the interior, and Davion Mitchell orchestrates with 7.2 assists per game. Tyler Herro contributes 21.9 points in limited action, stretching defenses at nearly 50% shooting. Defensively, Adebayo and Kel'el Ware, 1.0 block per game, protect the rim, while Drew Smith leads the perimeter effort with 1.5 steals nightly. Miami's structure is balance, half-court patience, controlled tempo, and defensive rotations that limit second chances. The theme is clear: Utah's offensive firepower versus Miami's defensive structure and rebounding discipline. Recent form sharpens the contrast. The Jazz have dropped 4 of their last 5. Losses to Orlando, 120-117. Atlanta, 121-119. Toronto, 107-100. And Brooklyn, 109-99. With only a narrow win in Indiana, 131-122. The margins show late-game lapses and defensive breakdowns. They're scoring, but they're not closing. Miami, meanwhile, has won 3 of its last 5, including statement victories over Washington, 132-101, and Charlotte, 134-91. Even in defeat, like the 98-96 loss in Boston, the Heat have been competitive and defensively engaged. Their wins have been decisive, their identity steady. The individual duel centers on Markkanen and Powell. Markkanen's size and perimeter touch create matchup problems, a 7-footer who spaces the floor and attacks closeouts. Powell thrives on rhythm, scoring efficiently from all 3 levels and finishing through contact. Markkanen carries a heavier offensive load. Powell operates within Miami's balance. If Markkanen catches early fire, Utah's confidence rises. If Powell controls tempo and shot selection, Miami dictates pace. Tactically, Miami's edge sits in defensive resistance. They concede nearly 10 fewer points per game than Utah and create more turnovers. Rebounding leans slightly to the Heat, critical against a Jazz team that relies on ball movement to generate open threes. Utah's 30 assists per game signals strong passing, but Miami's perimeter containment, anchored by Mitchell and Smith, can disrupt rhythm. In transition, Utah prefers tempo. Miami prefers control. In late-game scenarios, the Heat's structure and free throw reliability provide stability. The X factor may be Bam Adebayo's versatility. If he controls the glass and facilitates from the high post, Miami can stretch Utah's defensive rotations. For the Jazz, efficient three-point shooting, particularly from Markkanen and their supporting wings, is essential to offset defensive gaps. Expect tempo early, structure late. Utah will score, but Miami's defensive balance and rebounding control should tighten the game in the fourth quarter. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Miami Heat winner. Miami's discipline on the glass and defensive consistency decide it. In a game shaped by offense versus order, structure wins. My second pick for this match is total over 242.5. Atlanta Hawks versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Atlanta Hawks arrive in Minneapolis at 26-28, sitting third in the Southeast Division and fighting to stay afloat in the Eastern Conference picture. Across the floor, the Minnesota Timberwolves stand at 32-22, third in the Northwest Division and firmly in the Western Conference race. This is more than a February game. It's positioning, its identity. And the numbers lean toward the home side, with Minnesota carrying a clear edge in win probability and statistical balance entering this matchup. Minnesota has already taken the first meeting, a 126-102 final that underscored the gap when the Timberwolves controlled tempo. Now, under the lights at Target Center, the Hawks look for a response and a statement. Atlanta averages 117.5 points and allows 118.4, while Minnesota scores 119.5 and gives up 114.8, a clearer positive margin. The Timberwolves also hold slight efficiency edges, shooting 48% to Atlanta's 47%, with a more consistent defensive structure. Atlanta averages 30.8 assists per game, powered by Jalen Johnson's 23.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 8.2 assists on efficient shooting. Trae Young adds 19.3 points and 8.9 assists, spacing the floor. As a team, the Hawks shoot 35.5% from 3 and 77.7% from the line, with balanced contributions throughout the rotation. Minnesota counters with Anthony Edwards, a 29.8 per game force, shooting 49.4% overall and 40.4% from 3, along with 79.4% from the stripe. Julius Randle adds 22.2 points and 5.4 assists, while Rudy Gobert anchors the paint with 11.4 rebounds and 1.7 blocks per game, converting nearly 70% from the field. The Timberwolves rebound at a higher clip, 45.0 to 42.2, block more shots, 5.7 to 4.7, and protect the rim with structure. Atlanta forces 9.3 steals per game to Minnesota's 8.7, but the Wolves' 13.7 turnovers per contest are slightly above the Hawks' 13.4, a slim area where Atlanta could create extra possessions. Still, Minnesota's shot profile is more efficient across the board. The defining theme, Atlanta's ball movement and versatility against Minnesota's size and two-way efficiency. Pace versus power. Creation versus containment. The Hawks are 2-3 in their last 5, mixing strong offensive bursts with uneven results. They beat Utah and Miami, but allowed 126 to Charlotte and lost to Indiana and Houston. Defensive issues stand out, giving up 126, 129, and 127 in 3 games. Minnesota is 1-4 in its last 5, but the losses were close, including a 3-point game versus New Orleans. They've shown strong offensive upside with 128 versus Toronto and 131 to 114 over Memphis. The main issue is defense, allowing 119 plus in 4 of 5, though their energy improves at home. Jalen Johnson versus Anthony Edwards defines the matchup. Johnson fuels Atlanta with 23.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, and 8.2 assists on 50% shooting, a balanced creator who scores and facilitates. Edwards counters with 29.8 per game, 40% from deep, and relentless downhill force that warps defenses. Johnson impacts every possession. Edwards changes momentum in seconds. Around them, Gobert's rim protection against Atlanta's attacking guards is crucial. His 11.4 rebounds and 1.7 blocks per game anchor Minnesota's defense. If he owns the paint, Atlanta's interior scoring dips. If the Hawks draw him into space with ball movement and shooting, the floor opens and the balance shifts. Tactically, Minnesota will pressure Atlanta's transition defense. The Hawks allow 118.4 points per game, often when balance breaks down. The Timberwolves rebound well and score efficiently inside. Atlanta's path is pace, pushing off steals, using Young's playmaking, and forcing Minnesota's bigger lineup to defend in space. Depth and late-game steadiness favor Minnesota. Balanced scoring from Edwards, Randall, McDaniels, and Reed spreads coverage. Atlanta leans heavily on Johnson's creation and Young's gravity. If either falters, flow suffers. The X factor is three-point shooting. Minnesota tops 40% from deep, including 44% from McDaniels. Atlanta can match volume, but efficiency will shape spacing and driving lanes. In the end, Minnesota's rebounding edge, interior presence, and top-end scoring efficiency should control the decisive stretches. Atlanta will generate runs, their assist rate guarantees it, but sustaining stops has been the issue. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Minnesota Timberwolves winner. Minnesota's balance and rim protection close the door late, powered by Edwards' shot-making and Gobert's control of the glass. At home, with playoff positioning in sight, the Timberwolves hold the stronger hand, and they play it. My second pick for this match is total over 234.5. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Denver Nuggets. Cleveland arrives at 32-21, third in the East, walking into Ball Arena with momentum and a 3-game winning streak. Denver stands 34-19, third in the West, defending home floor at 9 p.m. with the confidence of a contender that scores more than anyone in this matchup. The numbers lean slightly toward Cleveland, a 57.9% projected edge, but the setting favors Denver. This isn't just another February game. It's a measuring stick between two teams with conference aspirations and postseason expectations. Cleveland averages 119.7 points per game while allowing 115.9. Denver counters with 120.4 per night and surrenders 116.3. The Nuggets shoot 50% from the field as a team. The Cavaliers hit 48%. Both move the ball at a high level. Denver at 28.0 assists per game, Cleveland at 28.7. But they get there differently. The Cavs blend guard-driven creation with interior finishing. The Nuggets operate through precision, spacing, and a center who orchestrates everything. At the center of Cleveland's attack is Donovan Mitchell, pouring in 28.9 points with 5.9 assists, shooting 48.5% from the field, 37.9% from three, and 84.9% at the line. Evan Mobley adds 17.9 points and 8.8 rebounds, protecting the rim with 2.0 blocks per game. As a team, Cleveland hits 36% from three and nearly 79% from the stripe, sharing the ball and attacking gaps off penetration. Denver answers with Nikola Jokic, 28.9 points, 12.2 rebounds, 10.7 assists, on 59.4% shooting from the field and 42.5% from deep, plus 84.6% at the line. Jamal Murray contributes 26.0 points and 7.5 assists, shooting 48.8% overall and 43.2% from three. The Nuggets shoot 39.6% from beyond the arc and 81% at the free throw line as a team. They rebound at 42.5 per game, slightly below Cleveland's 44.6, but compensate with surgical efficiency and lower wasted possessions. Defensively, Cleveland generates 9.1 steals and 5.1 blocks per game, active hands and vertical rim protection. Denver averages 6.9 steals and 4.3 blocks, more positional than disruptive. The defining theme emerges clearly: Cleveland's length and activity versus Denver's efficiency and half-court control. Disruption against precision. Recent form sharpens the picture. Cleveland has won 4 of its last 5, victories over Sacramento, the Clippers, Portland, and the Lakers, with the lone loss coming in Phoenix. They've scored at least 124 in 3 of those wins, suggesting rhythm and confidence offensively. Denver is 2-3 in its last 5. A strong win over Chicago opened the stretch, but losses to New York in double overtime, Detroit, and Oklahoma City followed before a bounce-back win against the Clippers. The Nuggets have been competitive but inconsistent, especially defensively late in games. Now the centerpiece, Mitchell versus Jokic. Mitchell thrives on bursts, downhill drives, pull-up threes, and late-clock shot creation. His 3.7 made threes per game stretch coverage, and his 6.4 two-point makes show he can finish inside traffic. He's aggressive, dynamic, and capable of swinging a quarter in minutes. Jokic plays a different tempo. He controls possessions like a conductor, 10.7 assists per night, scoring efficiently without forcing action. He scores 8.2 two-pointers per game and still knocks down over 2 threes a night. His 1.4 steals and near triple-double average reflect total game impact. If Mitchell accelerates the pace, Jokic slows it down and bends it to his will. Tactically, this game will hinge on Cleveland's ability to pressure Denver's ball movement. The Cavaliers' 44.6 rebounds per game give them a slight edge on the glass, and their shot blocking could disrupt Murray's drives. But if Denver limits turnovers and keeps Cleveland out of transition, their 50% shooting and superior three-point efficiency become decisive. Watch the perimeter containment. If Cleveland's wings can chase shooters off the arc and force contested mid-range attempts, they control tempo. If Denver's spacing pulls Mobley away from the rim and opens cutting lanes for Gordon and Braun, the Nuggets dictate flow. Bench production and late-game execution loom large. Denver's offense, when organized through Jokic, rarely stalls. Cleveland relies more heavily on Mitchell's shot-making in crunch time. That contrast could decide the final 5 minutes. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Denver Nuggets winner. The Nuggets' home efficiency and half-court discipline provide the edge. Cleveland's length keeps it close, but Jokic's control, scoring, passing, and tempo becomes the difference in a tight fourth quarter. In a matchup defined by disruption versus precision, precision holds firm on its home floor. My second pick for this match is total over 232.5, Oklahoma City Thunder versus Los Angeles Lakers, 40 wins. First place in the West, a road test under the lights. Oklahoma City arrives at 40-13, sitting atop the conference and carrying the edge of a team that expects to dictate terms. The Lakers, 32-19 and 5th in the West, defend their home floor with a 3-game win streak and a 14-8 mark in their building. The numbers lean toward the visitors, roughly a 2/3 probability in their favor. But this is more than math. It's a measuring stick in February, with playoff seeding tightening and credibility on the line. Oklahoma City scores 119.9 points per game while allowing just 107.9. That differential reflects balance: 49% from the field, 43.7 rebounds, 25.6 assists, 9.9 steals, and 5.8 blocks per night. They protect the rim and pressure the ball, forcing 11.8 turnovers while committing 19.8 fouls. The Lakers counter with 116.1 points per game and a slightly sharper 50% field goal clip. They pull down 41.3 rebounds, distribute 25.2 assists, generate 8.2 steals, and block 4.1 shots. They do commit 14.4 turnovers per game, a potential swing factor against OKC's active hands. Individually, Oklahoma City is powered by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 31.8 points and 6.4 assists on 55.4% shooting, 39% from three, and 89% at the line. Chet Holmgren adds 17.7 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 2.0 blocks while hitting 56.5% from the field and 35.7% beyond the arc. Jalen Williams contributes 16.8 points with 47% shooting and 30% from deep. The Thunder's offense flows through spacing and surgical efficiency, downhill pressure paired with rim protection behind it. Los Angeles leans on Luka Doncic's 32.8 points and 8.6 assists, shooting 47.3% overall and 34.5% from three, plus 78% at the stripe. Austin Reeves supplies 26.1 points on 51.1% shooting and nearly 37% from distance. LeBron James adds 21.8 points and 6.8 assists while connecting on 50% of his shots. DeAndre Ayton anchors the interior with 13.4 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 1.0 block on 67.6% efficiency. The Lakers' style is rhythm-based and half-court precise, powered by playmaking and shot creation. The defining theme: Oklahoma City's defensive disruption versus Los Angeles' offensive orchestration. The Thunder generate steals and blocks in volume. The Lakers trust shot-making and composure. Recent form adds urgency. Oklahoma City has split its last 5, falling to Houston 112-106 and Minnesota 123-111, but earning wins over Orlando, Denver, and San Antonio, including a dominant 121-92 statement over Denver. The offense remains potent, though defensive consistency has wavered in tight losses. The Lakers are surging, 4 wins in their last 5, including victories over Golden State, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and Washington. Only a narrow 112-100 loss to New York interrupts the run. They've scored 119 or more in 3 of those wins, showing improved late-game control and offensive patience. The centerpiece is Gilgeous-Alexander versus Doncic. Shai thrives on angles and footwork, living in the mid-range and at the foul line with elite efficiency. Doncic commands tempo, manipulating defenses with pace and vision. One is methodical and surgical, the other is orchestrated chaos with range and strength. If Shai maintains his 55% efficiency and controls turnovers, Oklahoma City dictates rhythm. If Doncic pushes pace and finds shooters early, Los Angeles unlocks its spacing. Tactically, the Thunder will pressure ball handlers and collapse passing lanes, testing the Lakers' 14.4 turnovers per game. Holmgren's rim presence challenges drives, while Oklahoma City's 9.9 steals fuel transition bursts. The Lakers must counter with rebounding discipline and half-court patience. Ayton's interior efficiency could punish smaller lineups, and Reeves's perimeter shot-making stretches help defense. If Los Angeles shoots near its 50% average and limits live ball turnovers, the game tilts. Bench depth and late-game execution loom large. Oklahoma City's defensive switching and length allow for closing versatility. The Lakers' star trio offers late-clock shot creation, a necessity in tight finishes. The X factor, turnover margin. Oklahoma City's activity versus Los Angeles ball security. Extra possessions could define this night. After analyzing both teams, my first pick for this match is Oklahoma City Thunder winner. Oklahoma City's defensive pressure and transition scoring create a late separation. In a game shaped by stars, it's the discipline and defensive stability of the conference leaders that ultimately decide it. My second pick for this match is total over 216.5